Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on ailments, continuing with sexual ailments starting with the letters S through V. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Please refer to my How to Use Homeopathic Remedies video before using the material in this video. I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on specific ailments, but I've broken these ailments into categories for easier reference. I'll begin with ailments of the mind and emotions. Then I'll move on to ailments of the brain and nervous system. Then I'll address issues with the skin, nails, and hair. Then conditions of the eyes, ears, nose. Then ailments of the teeth and gums. Then issues with lungs and respiration, heart, blood, circulation, muscles, bones, joints, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small and large intestine, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidney, bladder. Then ailments specific to women and specific to men. Then issues of hormones and metabolism. And then homeopathic remedies for infections, infestations in the immune system. Then issues surrounding fertility, pregnancy, childbirth, postnatal problems, and special problems in infants, ailments and diseases in childhood, and special issues of adolescence. And finally, special issues of the elderly. Constitutional treatment involves treating the totality of the individual person. Everyone is a unique individual with a unique physiology that responds to substances differently. In homeopathy, it's recognized that people react strongly to certain remedies, and as a result of this, they can be loosely placed into different categories, called constitutional types. Homeopaths talk of, for example, phosphoric types. These are people who react strongly to phosphorus, or Arsenicum Album types, those who react strongly to Arsenicum Album. The belief is that people of one type share similarities in terms of body shape, character, and personality, and the sorts of diseases from which they suffer. As an example, nature-muir people tend to be pear-shaped, have a dark complexion, be fastidious and rigid in personality, and keep themselves to themselves. They also crave salt and suffer from constipation. As another example, lycopodium types tend to be tall, ganglion, of stooped appearance, with an anxious expression and a craving for sweets and a propensity to produce intestinal gas. Now, of course, constitutional types have their limitations. In reality, each person is an individual, and so there are as many constitutional types as there are human beings. An account must be taken of the sum total of the person's inherent predispositions, past illnesses, diet, general reactions to the environment, intellectual and emotional features, and general attitude towards life. This is what is meant by constitutional treatment. I'll be making detailed videos of the various constitutional types after I've completed the use of homeopathic remedies on ailments. The ideas, procedures, and suggestions in this video and all my homeopathic videos are not intended as a substitute for the medical advice of a trained health professional. Consult your physician before adopting the suggestions in this video. If you're pregnant, do not attempt these techniques without the approval of your physician. So, let us continue with learning how homeopathic treatments can help with sexual ailments, starting with the letter S through V. Erection, orgasm, and ejaculation are reflexes, but there's nothing automatic about them. They can be helped or hindered by thoughts and emotions, and they can be helped by trust, relaxation, and fantasy. Guilt, sexual taboos, and fear of inadequacy can hinder them, even when all the right sexual stimuli are there. Even when all the nerves, blood vessels, glands, and hormones involved in sexual response are perfectly normal. Male orgasm is a more reliable response than female orgasm, at least during intercourse. However, during masturbation, both sexes' capacity for orgasm are about equal. Like every other part of the body, the genitals are susceptible to infection, especially sexually transmitted infection. There are specific homeopathic remedies for such ailments, but in these days of global travel and high mobility, the giving of antibiotics for some of these conditions I feel is justified on medical and social grounds. However, a susceptibility to sexually transmitted infections indicates an underlying miasma that constitutional treatment may help to dispel. Sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, are diseases whose main means of transfer is through sexual intercourse. Syphilis is a bacterial infection transmitted during oral, anal, or vaginal intercourse. Though it was once a killer, this disease is now very rare and is almost always cured before it reaches a serious stage. The incubation period is 9 to 90 days. The first stage, which is highly infectious, is a painless sore or canker on the penis, anus, or vulva that disappears in a few weeks. The second stage, which is also highly infectious and lasting for only a few weeks, is a non-itchy rash all over the body, including the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet, accompanied by swollen lymph glands and moist warts around the anus or under the arms. The disease then becomes latent, but may reemerge years later to attack the heart valves and walls of the arteries supplying the brain and vital organs. Any sores on the penis, vulva, or around the anus should be promptly investigated by a doctor. It's essential that antibiotics are taken and that all sexual contacts are traced and treated. Intercourse should be refrained from until the course of antibiotics is finished and symptoms have disappeared. Afterward, constitutional homeopathic treatment is recommended. There are specific remedies for treating syphilis, but these should only be tried if you absolutely have no access to antibiotics. The top medicines for treating syphilis in the first 2 initial stages are Merc Sol, Cinnabaris, Kali Iodatum, Iodatum, Merc Cor, and Syphilinum. The canker may be a single or several small ones on the penis. The cankers are soft or indurated and superficial or deep. The cankers have a cheesy bottom and inverted red edges. The cankers may be painful and bleed easily. There may be a secretion of pus or yellow fetid discharge from the cankers. Use Merc Sol 6C. Red swollen canker. The edges of the cankers are hard and elevated. The canker is located in the middle of the penis. Use Cinnabaris 6C. Deep cankers. The edges of the cankers are hard. Thin discharge may be present, which has an offensive odor. There may be a tendency to slow pus flow in the canker. The glans penis is swollen. Use Kali Iodatum 6C. Cankers which are soft. The margins are dark red. The canker is painful and it may bleed easily. There may be a discharge of thin pus from the canker. The surrounding part of the canker is swollen with heat. Use Merc Cor 6C. For secondary syphilis and a prominent rash on skin. The rash is prominent on the forehead, chin, front of chest, and arms. An excess of fine scales peel off from it. Biting sensation in different body parts is felt at night. Along with this, there is fever with excessive headache. Body is extremely cold with desire to be covered. Appetite is lost. Sore throat, inflamed pharynx, and ulcers in the throat may also appear. Use Syphilinum 6C. For secondary syphilis, with skin eruptions having prickling and itching on the skin, and there are wart-like growths on the genitals and anus. The growths are large, jagged. There is prominent sticking and pricking in them. They are painful to touch. Sometimes they bleed on washing. Use Nitric Acid 6C. Hair loss is excessive and may happen generally or in patches. The scalp is dry. A heated sensation is also felt in the scalp. Violent itching on the scalp may be present. Use Phosphorus 6C. Wart-like growths in syphilis cases. In males, these growths appear on the glans, penis, perineum. They may be painful, especially on walking. In females, the growths may be there on the labia, vulva, vagina. They may have stinging pains and they may also bleed. Warts may also present on the anus in males and females needing Thuja. These warts are painful and sensitive to the touch. Use Thuja 6C. To manage sore throat, The throat is darkened, is painful, raw, rough, and dry. Tonsils are bluish or purplish, dark purplish in color. Swallowing is painful. Pain from the throat may extend to the ears. There is marked burning and smarting felt in the throat. Scraping sensation and exhaustion are felt in the throat. Ulcers tend to appear on tonsils. A disposition to hawk and clear throat is present. A sensation of a lump or a plug in the throat is felt. Mucus discharge from the posterior nares may be present. Apart from this, pain in the limbs may be present. The pain is worse from motion. Use phytolacca 6C. There is a tiredness, fatigue, lack of energy from very little exertion. Restlessness is marked with fatigue. Anxiety may also be prominent, especially at night, with above features. Use Arsenicum Album 6C. And then, of course, you can use the Syphilinum nosode 30C and 200C potency. Vaginismus is an unusual condition in which the muscles around the entrance to the vagina go into spasm, making intercourse, vaginal examination, or use of tampons painful or impossible. The spasms may be accompanied by arching of the back and drawing together of the thighs. Constitutional homeopathic treatment may be beneficial, but the remedies that follow should be tried first. Specific remedies to be taken every 12 hours for up to 5 days. Extreme sensitivity of the vulva and vagina, constipation. Use Plum 30C. Extreme sensitivity of vulva and vagina, made worse by sitting, irritable bladder. Use Staphisagria 30C. Where spasms are a hysterical reaction to grief or a broken love affair. Use Ignatia 30C. Vagina feels burning hot and as heavy as lead. Sensation made more unpleasant by slightest jarring. Use Belladonna 30C. Extreme sensitivity of vulva accompanied by pleasurable itching, general restlessness and insomnia, attention-seeking behavior. Use Coffea 30C. Painful periods, copious early flow of dark blood that ceases upon lying down, heart condition. Use Cactus 30C. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.